Welcome to Corporals Corner. Today I'm going to show you how to make my personal fire lay, so stick around. Over the past several years, you've watched me make fire in my videos. Let's say over the past decade. But one thing I've never shown you was my personal fire lay or how I do things. And here's why. I don't want to insult anyone's intelligence. Most people are going to say, well, I got my way of doing it. I don't need to watch that video. And my video will get 10,000 views and get filed away, and somebody else's will get 2, 3, 4, 5 million. And that's okay. Everyone's going to do things their own way. With that said, though, I feel I need to make this video for two reasons. One, I haven't done that yet. And two, I've noticed over the past several years, in person, like watching people, observing people, as well as on the web, that most individuals can make a fire. Not all can sustain that fire. Sustaining meaning I can walk away from that fire for a couple minutes, grab more sticks, grab some more logs, cut some more firewood, prepare my food, go to that creek, grab some water, come back, without any risk of that fire smoking, smoldering, and going out. Now, observing those individuals, whether in person or on the web, one common thing that I've noticed is once they get that fire, by whatever means necessary, Bic lighter, bow drill, hand drill, etc., ferro rod, what tends to happen is they become excited and their voice becomes high pitch. They move around all quick. Oh guys, oh, and they sound like Mickey Mouse. Now during that excitement, once that fire has been birthed, its initial fire flames going, it seems like the first thing they grab are logs the size of their forearm. They toss them on there, and what ultimately happens is that individual or individuals end up going over there, blowing on open flame, meaning blowing the embers everywhere, blowing the flames everywhere, fanning the fire, lifting one side, trying to get oxygen back inside there, and with all due respect, it becomes a shit show. And I got thinking about that, and I said to myself, this could all be avoided if you understand the three key elements of a fire: fuel, oxygen, and heat. Those key elements combined with an uninhibited chain reaction, meaning if you reduce or take away one of those key elements, the fire is going to smoke, smolder, and go out. Now those key elements, combined with the proper ratio of what I call smalls, tinder, kindling, and fuel, your fire should be good to go. So let's go ahead and kick this off with our Tinder Sources. Okay, let's go ahead and talk Tinder Sources. Now, for me, it has to have two requirements. One, be dead and dry, or two, be full of resin, like fat wood. Now, being that I have access to this whole area, I'm out here in the field, I'm gonna go ahead and collect my resources or my tinder on site. And here's why. One, I don't want to delete my personal resources. And two, I'm not gonna bring sand to the beach. Again, I have access to this, I'm gonna use it. So being out here on the East Coast, my tinder of choice is gonna be the inner bark of a dead tulip poplar. So taking that inner bark, all we're going to do is we're going to grab some pieces of this, and we're going to further process it by shredding it down. So when doing that, all we're going to do, you see it comes apart just like that. All we're doing is we're grabbing it and tearing it horizontally. That's all we're doing. And we're going to keep doing that. Now taking this finer material, all we're going to do is we're going to grab it, I'm going to fold it over, I'm going to work it together and process it down even more. And the next natural tinder source I want to talk about is red pine. That's the remnants of poison ivy, so let's try this again over there. Red pine, take 2. The next natural tinder source I want to talk about is red pine. I know it's a red pine because of the gnarly bark and the number of needles. White pine has 5 needles, and red pine has 2. Now, finding this red pine laying on the ground like this is a major score. This is an old rotted stump. As you can see, I've already cut it right here and exposed the fat wood. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to take my saw, go down a good 6 inches, maybe 1 foot, make a stop cut. Now all we got to do is take a knife with a sharp 90-degree spine on the back, like this Mora Garberg, and process our fat wood. Okay, so we have our natural tinder sources established. Let's go ahead and talk about our kindling. Now, when I think of kindling, I think of sticks that are anywhere from pencil lead, pencil, finger size, and ultimately thumb size. I want those sticks to be anywhere from 1 foot to maybe 18 to 20 inches in length, no bigger than that. And a good rule of thumb for me is I think of a 55-gallon drum lighter, a contractor bag. I picture that bag in my mind. I want to fill that bag anywhere from 1/4 to 1/3. Doing that does 2 things. One, it gives you a way to transport and protect your smalls or your sticks. And second, I know for a fact I can establish a fire and have a hot coal bed. So just walking through the woods right here in the eastern woodlands, there's pine trees everywhere. And here's a bunch of debris laying right here. Just in this amount right here, I have what I need. We have our pencil lead, we have our pencil size, we have our finger size over here, and ultimately there's the thumb size stick in here as well. There's one laying right next to it. You see a clump like this, grab it. If you want to break it, go ahead and break it down, make sure it's 1 foot to 18 inches, and fill that bag. And the last thing we want to talk about is our fuel. Now our fuel is simply thumb size and above. Using our classic plumber's vise, locking our stick or our branch between my thigh and my calf. I can select the length that I want and get it. Okay, so we went ahead and separated our kindling, our tinder sources, which was our tuba poplar bark and fat wood, followed by our fuel source right over here. Now I want to look at the ground. If there's any type of moisture, if the ground's damp or wet, I want to build a platform. To do that, just grab 3 or 4 small branches and place them directly in front of you. Okay, so we have our stable platform in front of us. We're off the ground. Now taking our tinder sources, we can place it onto that platform. Do I want to use the inner bark fibers or the fat wood? Here's my question. Why limit myself? Why does it have to be only one? Let's combine the two and give ourselves every opportunity that we can to get this fire going. Okay, our bird's nest is now in place. The next step for me is to check our general wind direction. Right now there's no wind. The wind plays a factor for me in the sense that whatever side I light this bird's nest on and place it into my fire lay, I would like that breeze to carry that flame not only through that fire lay, but out of the top as well. So from here, I'm going to go ahead, since there is no wind, I'm going to grab some of my smalls, or my kindling, and I'm going to place them in the shape of a V, or an arrow. That to me would indicate wind direction. But again, we don't have any wind right now, so we'll place it directly in front of me. So here we have our V shape. I want that aimed in the direction of the wind. Have my bird's nest down here on top of my platform. And the last step is to go ahead and lay my smalls perpendicular to that V. Notice I'm not putting these on here and smashing it down. I'm laying them on there. Fire likes chaos. And the beauty of this system right here, all those sticks are perpendicular on top of that V. Once I get my bird's nest lit, all I gotta do is grab these, pull them over top. Once you get that flame, take your bird's nest, turn it over, let it fully engulf. Place it in between that V. And like I already mentioned, take my sticks, lay them on top. Fire likes chaos. Just roll it over top. Now, once you see those flames climb through that fire lay, you can go ahead and add some more. I'm not going to smash it down on there. I'm going to just gently lay it on top. Just a random order. Ideally, you want to see a fire with very little or no smoke. It's already climbing through. Technically, I can add some more. There goes the smoke, and then here comes the flames. That fire is raging. I'm fully confident that I can walk down to that creek, grab some water, go over there, cut some more firewood, and come back without any worries of that fire going out. Now, this is a perfect opportunity to grab your fuel, which is thumb size and larger, up to your forearm size. Place it in any configuration that you want, getting a lean-to, teepee, or even log cabin. Dealer's choice. And you should have enough hot coals in there to burn that wood adequately. Now these sticks that are down here that are not burning, all you gotta do, place a log underneath it, raise it up to the top. Basically, flip it over, that's all you gotta do. Same thing for that side. Now you just watched me place the fuel on there in a log cabin configuration. What do you notice about that fire? There's very little or no smoke. That means the fuel, oxygen, and heat are in the perfect ratio combined with our tinder, kindling, and fuel. Welcome back. Making fire like a god is outstanding. Just remember those key elements: fuel, oxygen, and heat, combined with an uninhibited chain reaction, along with the proper ratio of smalls, meaning tinder, kindling, and fuel. As always, all the gear in this video can be found on my Amazon influencer page. I'll toss a link inside the description box. Please do me that favor, hit that like and subscribe button, then ring that notification bell. Once you ring that bell, please select all notifications. And as always, thank you for your comments, views, and support. Thanks for watching. Get out in the field, have some fun. I'm gonna catch you next time.